student, welcome to our program of Science Third Prep Stage. Today we are going to talk about general revision. In this revision, we can see complete the following statement, compare between problem on an electric current intensity and potential difference and hereditary. Let's go to our general revision. The first question in our revision today is a complete the following statements. By heating copper hydroxide, you can write CuOH by 2 between brackets. Its color it change from blue into black because copper hydroxide CuOH by 2, when it heated, it will decompose into CuO as a black precipitate, and H2O water vapor will be evolved from the tube. Gas turbid the lime water, while gas help in burning. In a chemical reaction, we can see carbon dioxide gas turbid the lime water, while oxygen gas help in burning. The reaction hydrochloric acid with iron filling. The reaction between hydrochloric acid with iron filling is than the reaction with the iron pieces. In this question, we will see that is the reaction between hydrochloric acid with iron filling is faster than because iron filling is a small part than the reaction with the iron pieces. Hybrid individual carry different pair of gene, one and other. Again, hybrid individual carry different pair of gene, one dominate and other is recessive. The ability to rule the tongue in a human is a dominant trait. Gene transfer from generation to another by gamete. The half gene fertilize with half gene to form, again, gene transfer from generation to another by gamete. The half gene sperm fertilized with half gene ova to form zygote, which consists all of gene 2N. On increasing glucose level in blood, pancreas will produce insulin. Another question in this question completes the following statement. Isotope are atom of the same element with the same number of proton and with different number of neutron. Again, isotope are atom of the same element with the same number of proton and with different number of neutron. As example, isotope of hydrogen H11, H12, H13. Connecting electric cell N used to obtain high EMF. There are two types of connection electric cell or connecting electric cell. There are two types, parallel and series. We connect electric cell in series to use to obtain high EMF electromotive force. The ratio between V over I. What's meant by V and what's meant by I? V, it is a potential difference between two terminals, and I, it is a symbol of electric current intensity. When you divide volt or potential difference of electric intensity, it is a constant ratio but equal to the conductor of resistance. Okay, the ratio between V as a potential difference to I as electric current intensity equal to the conductor's resistance, which use ohm as a measuring unit of resistance. The opposition, that is the current phase during its motion in a wire, is called the opposition, that is the current phase during its motion in the wire, is called resistance. So we can define a resistance as with two definition. We can use a resistance definition in this question. The opposition, that is the current phase during its motion in the wire, it is a resistance. But we can define a resistance from the previous question as a ratio between potential difference and electric current intensity. The relation between the current intensity and potential difference is, while the relation between current intensity and resistance is, the relation between current intensity and potential difference is directly, because when the potential difference increase, the electric current increase also. So the relation between them is directly. But if the resistance of a wire increase, the electric current decrease. So the relation between current intensity and resistance is inversely. Again, the current intensity and resistance, the relation between them is inversely proportional. Another question in our revision today, choose the correct answer. The French scientist is considered the discoverer of the radioactive phenomena, Mendel, Ohm, or Becquerel. The correct answer is a Becquerel. The exposure to the small amount of radiation resulted in a cellular effect as spleen damaging, changing in the sex chromosome, changing in the hemoglobin structure. The exposure to the small amount of radiation resulted in cellular effect as a changing in a sex chromosome. The trait appear in the first generation only. What is this trait? Dominate or recessive? Both of them. The dominate trait appear in the first generation only. But in the second generation, we can see that is the dominate and recessive will appear by the ratio 3:1 as a Mendel law. Again, in the first generation, there is a dominate trait appear only. But in the second generation, as a Mendel's law, the dominate and recessive will appear, but the ratio between dominate and recessive is 3:1. Are individual carry similar pair of gene, either dominate or recessive? Hybrid, pure, may hybrid or pure, no correct answer. A pure individual carry similar pair of gene, either dominate or recessive. The measuring unit of electric current intensity is ohm, ampere, volt, or coulomb. Again, the measuring unit of the electric current intensity is ampere. But we can write ampere equivalent to coulomb per second. So the measuring unit of electric current intensity may be ampere. We can write coulomb per second. Again, ampere equivalent unit of ampere equal coulomb per second. Is considered as the only way for the hormone to reach its site of work. Skin, blood, nerve. Again, is considered the only way for the hormone to reach its site of work. It is a blood. The scientist who made the model of DNA molecule is called Crick, Biddle, or Mendel. The scientist who made the model of the DNA molecule is called Crick and Watson. Watson and Crick, it is a scientist who made the model of DNA. Oxidation and reduction are concurrent, separated, no correct answer, concurrent process. Gigantism is produced as a disorder of the adrenaline growth insulin hormone. The correct answer is growth. The two scientists were able to explain the process of inheritance of the hereditary traits. It is Biddle and Tatum, Watson and Crick, Chamberlain and Moulton. The correct answer is Biddle and Tatum. Another question, complete the following statement. It will produce another compound. When a compound as a B symbol react with a C, it will give red precipitate by heating and water vapor. So in this reaction we can see copper sulfate will decompose into SO3 and CuO. So the symbol of B is CuO, copper oxide. In this reaction, sodium will react with water to give a gas as a hydrogen. When hydrogen pass through copper oxide, it will occur a reduction and oxidation reaction to give red precipitate as a symbol D is a copper and water. Again, if we answer this question, we will see that copper sulfate will decompose into SO3. So A equal SO3, but B equal copper oxide as a black precipitate, CuO. When CuO react with hydrogen by heating, reduction oxidation reaction will occur to give copper as a red precipitate and water. So the answer, write what are these letters A, B, C, and D indicate. A, as we said, SO3, B is a copper oxide, CH2, and D is a copper. What is the type of the reaction number 1? The reaction number 1 is a thermal decomposition reaction because copper sulfate will decompose by heated into CuO and SO3. Write the scientific term. It is a question in our general revision today. The resistance of a conductor in which the electric current is 1 ampere and the potential difference is 1 volt. Again, the resistance of conductor in which the electric current is 1 ampere and the potential difference is 1 volt. It is the definition of ohm as a measuring unit of resistance or electric resistance. The charge that is transferred with an intensity of 1 ampere in 1 second. Again, the charge that is transferred with an intensity of 1 ampere in 1 second. It is a definition of a coulomb as a measuring unit of electric charge. Arrangement of the metal in a descending order according to the degree of their chemical activity. Arrangement of the metal in a descending order according to the degree of their chemical activity. It is a chemical activity series. Substance which speed up chemical reaction without a change. It is a catalyst. Again, it is a substance which speed up chemical reaction without a change. It is a catalyst. It is a chemical process which causes increase of hydrogen percentage or decrease of oxygen or atom gain electron or more. It is a reduction process. It is a spontaneous decaying of atoms, nuclei of radioactive element in nature attempt to achieve more stable composition. It is a radioactive phenomenon. Atom of the same element which is the same number of proton and with different number of neutron. It is isotopes. Body stop growing and become dwarf. It is a dwarfism. Another question in scientific term, write the scientific term. It is a part of DNA and is responsible for the appearance of inherited characters. Again, it is the part of DNA and it's responsible for the appearance of inherited character. It is gene. They are ductless glands that secrete hormone into blood without passing through ducts. Again, they are ductless glands that secrete hormone into blood without passing through ducts. It is endocrine gland. Endocrine gland. Compare between sources of electric current. This question is very important because there are two types of electric current or two types of a source to electric current. The first one is electrochemical cell or dry cell battery. There are two types of source of electric current. The first one is electrochemical cell or dry cell battery. Energy change in dry cell battery from a chemical energy to electric energy. Again, the chemical energy change into electric energy inside dry cell battery. The type of electric current we gain from electrochemical cell is a direct current. So, there are 3 points to compare between electric current and source energy change type of electric current. Again, there are 3 points to compare between electric current. The source of electrochemical cells, dry cell battery, energy change, the chemical change from the chemical energy change to electric energy. The type of electric current is a direct current. But electric generator or dynamo, its energy, the mechanical energy, it changes into electric energy, and the type of electric current is alternating current. Again, generator, electric generator or dynamo, it will give us alternating current when the mechanical energy it changes into electric energy. Another question in the following figure answer. We have two boxes are equal in their volume. As shown in this figure, the two boxes are equal in their volume. But we can see that the box 1 contains less amount of oxygen than box 2. We can see in this figure the box 1 contains less amount of oxygen than box 2. So, which box does the aluminum burn quickly and why? Again, which box does the aluminum burn quickly and why? The correct answer is box 2, because the speed of chemical reaction increase because when the concentration of the reactant increase. So as a concentration of the reactant increase, the speed of chemical reaction increase also. Give reason for. There are two sources of radioactive pollution, because the first one is natural radiation source. As a natural radioactive element on Earth, cosmic radiation comes from outer space. It is a natural radiation source. But the artificial radiation source due to explosion of nuclear bomb or nuclear reactor. When a bee plant with a red flower has pollinated with another one with white flower, all the produced generation will be with a red flower. Again, when a bee plant with a red flower has pollinated with another one with white flower, all the produced generation will be with a red flower. Give reason. Because red flower are dominate while white flower are recessive. The non-frozen food spoiled quickly. The non-frozen food spoiled quickly due to the increasing speed of chemical reaction by bacteria. Another question in this revision: what is the idea of operation of the variable resistance? What is the idea of operation of the variable resistance? Variable resistance, we can use variable resistance to control electric current intensity and potential difference between two terminals. The idea of variable resistance: when slider move on the wire, you can control the resistance and control the length of wire. Then, if we increase wire length, resistance increase and current intensity decrease. If we increase wire length, resistance increase, current intensity decrease. So the variable resistance idea, when increase the length of a wire, the resistance increase also, but electric current intensity decrease. If we decrease a wire length, resistance decrease, current intensity increase. In the opposite idea, if we decrease the wire length, resistance decreases, but current intensity increase. So we can see that the relation between electric resistance and length of wire is directly, but the relation between electric current and electric resistance is inversely. A mating between hybrid bee plants with red flower R capital R small and another one with white flower R small has occurred. Illustrate using heredity principle the trait of the resulted generation. This problem, as a Mendel's law, we can see that the red flower and white flower, parents red flower are capital R small, white flower R small, gamete formation are capital R small as a unicellular and R small. When R capital meet R small, it will produce a red flower. When R capital meet R small again, it will produce red flower. But if R small meet another R small, it will produce white flower. R small as a white flower. So the generation is 50-50 as a red flower and white flower. This problem in electric current or electric potential, if the potential difference between the two poles of a phone equal 24 volt. What is the electric resistance of the phone wire if the current intensity equal 0.03 ampere? Again, in this problem, we can find the given is a potential difference V equal 24 volt and electric current intensity I equal 0.03 ampere. So, we will answer this problem as R equal V over I. A resistance, we will find a resistance by this law, R equal V over I, R equal 24 over 0.03 equal 800 ohm. So the resistance of wire in this phone equal 800 ohm. Another question in this revision, show by drawing only the connection of 4 similar cells, each of 1.5 volt, to get an electromotive force as a 3 volt by 2 methods. Again, show by draw only the connection of 4 similar cells, each 1.5 volt, to get an electromotive force 3 volt by 2 method. The first method, when we connect 2 cells as a parallel 1.5 and 1.5, we will give 1.5 only. In this 1.5 and 1.5 as a parallel, we find or we will give 1.5. 1.5 as a parallel, but 1.5 as a parallel also, but this connected is a series. 1.5 plus 1.5 equal 3 volt. Equal 3 volt. Another method, in this figure, we connect 1.5 plus 1.5 equals 3 as a series connection. 1.5 and 1.5 as a series connection to give 3. When 3 volt connect with 3 volt in a parallel, the resulted EMF electromotive force will be 3 volt. Another question, what is the function of hormone of pituitary gland? Growth hormone regulate growth of the body, muscles, bone, and other organ determine man height. Dear student, I hope to enjoy your time with us. Try to answer the question of general revision in our main book. Till we meet you again, goodbye and good luck.